So hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to remove dust of Nikkor 105mm 2.8G. This is the Micro-Nikkor lens and the BR version. And then I had this lens for a long time, and then all the time I had some specks of dust inside and that were driving me crazy. So finally I decided to open the lens and get it clean, and then I realized it's not very difficult, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, so first thing you need to do, so the lens is usually like this, so with this black thing here. And then the first thing you need to do is to remove that black thing, which is held by double-sided tape. Here I got mine, so I remove it, and you have to be very careful in order not to strip it. But then once remove it, I put it here in this paper for stickers, so I don't I don't damage the sticky of the tape. So I put it here. I save it for later. So, and the way I did it is I'm going to show you, but just in the beginning. So I took some tweezers, plastic tweezers, and then I came below, and then I started pushing. So I pushed it until I was able to pass the tweezer to the other side, and then I started rotating. But then what happened to me, it was that I just got the black part, and then below there is some double-sided tape, so I had to raise the black side until I was able to raise it a bit, and then I got loose also the tape, and then at the end I was able to take out both elements at the same time. And as I told you before, save it for later, like here. So here you see the double-sided tape. Okay, so and then it has some paper for stickers. You can keep it without damaging the the sticky part. So once you have removed that, so you get this, so the front element with quite a few screws. So what I did, because I already removed this, is I mark it here, a position, just to be, I don't know, probably it's not important, and probably it is. I did it anyway, so in order just to be sure about the, probably some factory calibration. And then what I did is I make a mark here, and then was one in front of it on the barrel, so I know how to orient the lens. As I told you before, I'm not sure it is important, but I'll do it anyway. It took me like a few seconds. So first thing, so I get my G00 screwdriver, which fits here, and then I get to remove these screws. There is a few. Okay, so finally I remove all the screws. There were quite a few, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take out this lens, and then to do so I use this element here. It's just a suction cup, and this way I'm able to manipulate the lens without trouble. Then here I saw already some speck of dust here, so we're going to clean that just after. Then we keep with the disassembly. As you can see, I also mark it here below with a green trace the position of this brass ring with respect to the barrel. So if I remove it, I will know where to put it. Okay, so next thing you need to do is let me check the focusing if we're okay. 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 So here we are. Then there's a second lens here that we need to remove, and then this one you need to descrew, and then to do so we will need the lens spanner. So I'm just going to change the tips of my spanner. And here we are. So I'm going to use these tips for my spanner, and then as usual just make sure they're really tight so they don't fall into your lens. Well, at least if you have this kind of spanner like I do. And then I just get the position right, and then this I disassembled the lens yesterday, well, at least just for checking how it disassembles, and then everything came quite easily. So it's not very tight. So this is it. I got it loose. Yesterday was the same thing. It wasn't very hard. Then as I always do, I always use the spanner just to get the part loose, and then I use something else because I'm always afraid of the spanner slipping and then scratching some part of the lens. It has happened to me already, so this is why I am very careful with it. So what I do is I take a tip. This is just a round tip, and then here I'm able to rotate this element. You need also to rotate for a while. Okay, I think it got loose now. Yeah, no, I'm thinking rotating. Okay, I have just some speck of dust there. Then again one rubber cap, and then here I should be able the resistive tighten. Okay, you see, and then I got this element out too. Then I will put it aside, and then there's one last element to go, which is that one on bottom. And then here you have a small brass ring too. I guess it's just to fix the position for this lens. So I am wondering if we can play with the position of this lens we just removed, just to calibrate the lens. I will do another video on that. Okay, so that's it on this side, and then again we need the spanner. We can get this element close just by moving the focusing, and then I'll need to change the tips again because the shape of the grooves is different here, so I'll use my pointy ones. And then probably I forgot to tell you something at the beginning of the video is yeah, the dust is always from my experience at least it is always located in the region where you get the aperture blades, where necessarily the lens has to have an opening for the lever, and then here we have an internal focusing mechanism. So I guess the lens is open at some point, so this is where we can get some dust. And this is where my dust was, and as I told you before, it was driving me crazy. I had it like for a long time, and then I hesitated a lot to open this lens, but then yesterday I said, okay, I will give it a shot. Okay, so again I just got it loose, and then we're going to take this element out. We rotate it, at some point it comes out. So here I don't have a rubber cup small enough. I'm just supposed to have ones set today from my wife, but right now I don't have one. So what I'm going to do is just going to remove this very carefully, and just give me a second. Okay, so I just had to stop the video for a few seconds because my daughter wanted to tell me something. So here we got this element loose. Now we were at the point of removing it. So this is not the way you should do it, or if you do it this way you should use gloves, because what will happen is your skin is going to touch this element here. We're going to clean it anyway, so for me it's not very important this. But then okay, so we reach the aperture blades, and then this is the point we wanted to reach, where because this is here where you get most of the dust in lenses. So here you get the blades, here on the bottom it is clean, and then my lens was here not very clean. It has like two nasty white specks of dust that are gone already. But yes, this is the point we wanted to reach. So now what you can do is you can proceed to clean your lens, just to remove all the dust. Then again you have to reassemble the lens backwards. So perfect job. And then what you need to do is to get it into the thread. Okay, now if you notice, we're already reassembling the lens. So I got it into the thread, putting everything again in place. So now we need to proceed with the cleaning, and this I'm not going to do because I'm planning to reopen the lens and just again for another video. So the video I'm going to make in French. So cleaning part as usual. I put the element here, then I take my optical cleaning fluid with my optical cleaning paper. If you see my videos often, this is the point where I say don't skimp of the paper, get the best quality paper you can get, because this is what is going to be in contact with your lens. Anyway, I leave a link to the elements I use in the video description, so you can take a look at that if you want. So as usual, I take my optical cleaning paper, optical cleaning fluid, I spread a bit over the glass surface, then I take a sheet of paper Well, they come usually in big sheets of paper. I like to cut it and then use just small pieces. So I put this into the lens, and then I come with this thing, which is a lens pen, which I actually use here is this element here, just to push the paper around and then clean the lens. Okay, so this is it. We put this element already here. As I told you before, I didn't have to tighten it too much. Then we put this element here. Then we take here what I remove. Obviously, I should blow everything to remove the dust before, and then I can even use my rubber cup just to rotate the lens to screw it. It seems to work very nice. It's even easier than my previous method, which was just pushing with a small rod. So this is noted for future interventions. And I reach the end. Come out. This is the difficult part. And getting the cup to remove. Then same thing as before. We blow, we clean, and then just to make sure I am in the right position. Okay, I am rather tight, so this is nice too. Okay, yes, I am in position. I told you we clean. Then I put I have my mark here. Then I start assembling everything with respect to the mark here. Then I get my front element here, which I clean. Then I look for the mark that I have here, and I put it in position with the other ones, and then I can just simply start rescrewing everything, and then just make sure that you are centered with the screws, pretty much in the position you had when you start disassembling the lens, because this is rather important for the centering of the front element. But okay, so I'm going to screw this, but then this is pretty much what you need to do to remove dust of Micro-Nikkor 105mm f2.8G. And then at the end, obviously I'm going to put all the screws, and then what you need to do, and then take your time to do this, be really patient, is just to put this thing into the right position. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.